I'm Lucy, and today I'm going to show you how to do crochet post stitches. If you've never heard of post stitches, they are used for things like crochet cables, waffle stitch patterns, or a basket weave stitch pattern, which is this one. So you can see these are front post stitches and these are back post stitches. All will become clearer as I show you how to do that. If you're new to crochet, then I would definitely recommend you go back and have a look at some of my earlier videos and look at some of the basic crochet stitches, because you'll need to know those in order to be able to do a post stitch. Okay, so I started with a chain of 12 stitches, or 12 chains, and I've gone back across and worked 10 UK treble crochets, or in the US double crochets, across those chains. Obviously the first two chains became the first stitch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my work. Now what you'll see across the top here, they're the stitches we would normally be working into. So we'd start with a chain 2, we do the same as we normally would, and then usually you would go in through the top there of those neck stitches. But what we're going to do is a bit different. So for a post stitch, we're going to go through the front. So this would be a front post treble crochet in the UK. So that's usually symbolized as a FPTR. So we go in at the side, around the back of that post, and back out the other side of it, and then complete our treble crochet. There we go, as normal. Now what you need to just be aware of is to make sure you're not holding it too tightly as you go along. So I'll just show that again. So in through the side, around the back of it, but it's a front post because the front post is what's visible. We've yarned over, come back up. Now remember, don't hold that so tight down here because you won't get the height in your stitch. Bring that loop up to sort of half height, and then the next one brings it up to full height. So there you've got 2 front post treble crochets, or if you're used to US terms, front post double crochets. So we're just going to continue that across this row, going around the post from the front. So we're going into it from the front. So this is the post here. So we're going to treble crochet around the post. And the only difference is that we're going around that post instead of into the top of the stitch here. So we just keep on all the way along, in through the side, out the other side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and again. So the yarn I'm using is a chunky weight yarn with a 6mm hook, just so that it's big enough for you to see, really. It's a paint box yarns in the colour Stormy Grey. It's an acrylic yarn. There we go, all the way to the end. And what you'll notice on the reverse is it pushes out this ridge. So what we're now going to do is a back post. So we're going to go back across the work. We've turned the work. Again, we're going to start with 2 chain stitches to bring up the height of our stitch. Now this time we're going to go in from the back. So it's the same movement, but instead of going around the front, we're going in from the back, and that is your back post treble crochet, or back post double crochet in US terms. So I'm sorry if I'm moving away from the camera. I kind of forget that it's there, which isn't very useful to you, is it? So I will endeavour to show you a bit better. So that's your post, that's the top of the stitch that we'd normally be going in, but instead we're going to go around the posts. So we've gone yarn over, in at the side of the post, out the other side from the back. That's why it's a back post treble crochet as opposed to a front post. So yeah, as I was saying about the yarn, it's available in 56 different shades, so they have a nice choice if it's a yarn you like the look of. I'll pop a link down in the description below for you. It's quite a nice easy yarn to care for, so if you're using it in something that you're going to be washing a lot, it's easy care. So we're coming towards the end again. So remember that the treble crochet movement is the same, other than instead of going into the top, we're going around the back of this post, and that's again why it's a back post treble crochet, not a front post. And again on the last one, exactly the same movement. So what you'll notice now, this is the back of the work, remember, is we've got this really deep ridge, and on the front it just looks like normal treble crochet really, doesn't it? Apart from you can't actually really distinguish where the rows are. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to do the basket weave, which I showed you earlier here, which is this design. So if you notice, we've got front post to start with, so we'll do our 2 chain stitches, and then I'm just going to do it as 2s, so we'll do 2 front post treble crochets, and then we'll switch to the back. It's this stitch here we're working into, and we will do 2 back post treble crochets. There we go, and then we'll switch back to the front, like so. Once you've got past that first row, those posts are much easier to see as well, which helps. So another one on the front, and back to the back. So remember, you need to be pulling that loop up so that it's not a short stitch. Again, back post, and we'll finish off with 2 front posts. Okay, and do you see now that it pushes out these front posts and those back posts are pushed back? So what we'll do is we will turn, chain 2, and this time where we did a front post on the front of the work, we're going to do a back post on the back of the work. So that was a front post to start, so 1, 2, and obviously we did a chain 2 at the start, which formed the first one. Now these were both back posts on the front of the work, but now we're going to do them as front posts on the reverse. then we're just going to continue that along. So 2 back posts. And there we go. 2 front posts. It's actually really easy to see which way round you're working into these because of the way the stitches either push forward or push back. There we go, it's another front post. And then 2 more back posts. So, okay, and you can see how that pattern starts to appear. Obviously, I was using a smaller hook on this one. So that was 2 rows, 2 rows, and you can just see how it gives you this lovely basket weave effect. But there are so many different stitch patterns that you can use post stitches for. As I mentioned earlier, cable stitches are formed using front and back posts, as are lots of other stitch patterns that I'm sure you'll find out there in different designs. So that's it, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope it's been useful for you. If you've enjoyed it, just pop a like down below, and if you'd like to see more tutorials, then please subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when new ones come along. Okay, thanks for watching.